What's up, guys? It's Kumbia on day 10 of Project HANMA. That's we made it to day 10. Now, you might be thinking, Kumbra, that's only like 2 work weeks, right? Day 10, that isn't a lot. Like, that's like a single push pull leg cycle. If you don't know what a cycle is, I mean, depending on how you count a cycle, I guess it could be like 3 cycles. Because how I count a cycle is the amount that you do in the weeks of 6. Push, pull, legs, rest, push, pull, legs. I count that entire thing as a cycle. But some people might count the push, pull, legs as a cycle. So it's really about what you count as a cycle. But hey, as I said, day 10, I think that's pretty solid. You might think that's not a lot, but you gotta remember that's 10 days of me. I would have said consecutively, but I don't record the days that I don't do anything. But that's 10 days of me uploading. That's 10 videos in a single series, right? I have a few like straggler video straggler. I have a few like non-related videos, non-related to the Project Hanma, which is more like life advice from a young person. But still, 10 videos. My channel's been around for like a month and a half now, which is pretty cool. As you can see, it's pretty cold. Not really. It's not cold today, it's just very overcast. I wanted to wear like shorts and stuff today, but because of how overcast it is, it might rain, so I think I'm gonna wear like jeans and stuff and bring my raincoat just in case it does rain. I probably won't even need to use it. Oh yeah, the pump. I was doing today was back day. Gotta catch my ums. My ums and my likes. That's what I noticed when I was speaking. I'm trying to be more aware of it. I said in a previous video, something that I'm trying to get rid of. I want to get rid of filler words. The ways to do that is being more mindful and talking slower. Not being afraid of silences in between words. That's where you end up adding filler words. So I'm just being more mindful of that, trying to get rid of the unnecessary likes and all of the ums. Sometimes I put in the to kind of signify that I'm thinking, but I think just leaving it empty, if the person's paying attention, they can see that you're thinking about something and you're not just done. If they're paying attention. And yeah, I think it's gonna rain today. Anyway, I had back day today. How I do back day, I do back and biceps. Some people do chest and back. I don't really like combining them just because some of the workouts are like high energy ones, especially like when you're at the actual gym and you're using a lot of way more weights than I'm using at my home gym. I have enough weight where I can get in a good workout. I have enough weight where I can do barbell rows with enough reps that it's not too much, but I'm also feeling my back work. And then I do my rear delts too, because they're at the back and I'm trying to grow them. They kind of lag behind because where I started off and where I was for quite a while when it came to working out was very much just calisthenics. And it was like very base calisthenics, so my rear delts kind of fell behind my front end lateral delts when I started including them. Anyway, I got a crazy bicep. It's been a while now, I won't lie. Because I worked out cause I already told you I wake up at 5, right? Today I woke up a bit later, which was like 5:15, but I wake up at 5. And at 5:30, I go to exercise downstairs. And then I was done by like 7:15. So the pump is probably gone now, but let me flex on y'all. I'm trying to think. Oh, today I realized how much ice cream was cooking me, right? My parents got ice cream. I wanted some ice cream. And I was kind of just logging what I thought was the most similar on MyFitnessPal. And then when I was showering, I was like, oh, wait, it's ice cream, right? And things like that always have the nutrition table at the back, which is something that you should check. Even though they use kilojoules to log their energy, you can just convert it on the internet. It's not that hard. So I was like, oh shit, I can actually check, because obviously it says the size. It's like a 2 liter thing, and I was already weighing the ice cream anyway. I knew how much ice cream I was eating, because for me, I don't want to do in scoops, because when you just try and track in scoops, it gets a bit abstract. Because how much is a scoop? Like, really, you might be using a scooper, but what scooper are you logging? Because the scoop that they're talking about could be bigger or smaller than the scoop that you're talking about. And depending on how big or small, it could be a lot. You don't know. So I'd rather log in weights. That's why I like doing weights instead of just like, a bowl. It's like, how big is this bowl? Because there's varying sizes of bowls. I don't know how big the bowl you're talking about is. And then even if, let's just say there's a standardized bowl that they're talking about, right? Where it's like, a bowl is this many milliliters, right? Well, then you might as well be weighing it if you're going to need to weigh it anyway, since you obviously don't have that bowl. If you don't have that specific bowl, then you're going to be weighing it anyway. So you might as well just go with weights instead of abstract things like bowls. And hell, you don't even know for sure if they're talking about that kind of bowl or not. But anyway, so I was like, oh yeah, things like these, they have the calories, right? They have it at the back. It's listed. They even say for how many serving sizes. My plan originally, because I forgot that they do in like 100 the serving size, which is this much, and then per 100 grams. I forgot that they did that. So in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna see the total amount of calories, and then just divide it by. Because I had like 200 grams. Well, it was less than 200 grams, but about like in between 100 and 200 grams. So I was like, I'm going to just log 200 grams. When it comes to cutting, I'd rather overestimate how much I'm eating compared to underestimate. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. 200 grams. I know it's 2 liters in the carton. All I got to do, look at the total amount of calories and then divide that by 10, I think, right? That was the plan. And I got there, I'm like, 100. So then I looked at the amount. It was like 1,226 kilojoules. And I'm like, I'm cooked. Because I know that kilojoules to calories is like divide by 4 or something. So I'm like, I'm cooked. So I looked. It came out to almost about 300 calories. And I was like, I'm cooked. Because the whatever ice cream I was logging was only like 118, right? Which I was already like, damn, that's a lot, right? Because 118 calories, I don't know if you know, but a can of tuna, which is, I love using the can of tuna because this really accentuates my point, right? A can of tuna is 70 calories. 4 eggs are 225 calories. That means the 2 scoops of ice cream are about the same amount as 4 eggs, right? So I was like, I'm cooked, right? No, it's not 2 scoops. 3 scoops is 200 grams, but yeah. I'm like, I was like, I'm cooked. I'm done, right? That means that I've been having like almost 600 calories today and yesterday. So I was like, damn. Yesterday I definitely went over, and I was right. I went over by I wasn't by a ton because I still had some space left, but still, I went over. I had to go back yesterday and change it to see how cooked I am. I wasn't as cooked as I thought it was. But today, because I had already eaten the ice cream before I, thought of using the kilojoules thing, and thank goodness I did, because otherwise I would have just been living in delusion. So, went in, I'm like, I'm cooked, and I have like 400 calories left for the day. So I'm like, I need to it depends on what we're eating today. Either I'll cut down on one of the parts of my supper, which is probably what I'm gonna do, or the unlikely one, but just eat eggs, because eggs will fill me up. Having 4 eggs will just fill me up, and I'll still be inside safe in terms of the calorie deficit. But yeah, that was day 10. Isn't that great? Day 10 is great. Let me think. Yeah, back day, did some good back stuff, got some good work in, I think. I got to do cardio today since I was more on time. Although I won't lie, this morning, as much as I have been doing stuff, it has been more disorganized than the other mornings. Like, I ate way earlier than I was supposed to. Because instead of going upstairs and showering and stuff, since I was already in the groove of being downstairs, I just decided to eat downstairs. And then I only came up like later. I came up way later than I was supposed to. And then when I was showering and stuff, it was during time when I was supposed to be doing something else. And now this is a time where I'm supposed to be, I think, yeah, it's where I'm supposed to be doing my art for the day. I make a drawing. Well, not a drawing, but I spend some time drawing a day. I spend some time reading a day, like every single day. Every single day I've dedicated, because last year I didn't read any books. So I wanted to improve that this year, and because I want to improve my reading in general, better vocabulary, just more knowledge. It's a good practice to have, to just read. You can read whatevs. I don't really care. It's probably like, in terms of productivity, it's probably better to read more productive books as opposed to fiction. But as long as you're reading, to be real, as long as you're reading, you're doing fine. Like, I would say it's good to, if you like reading fiction books, which I do, I would recommend doing both, right? What do I mean by that? Well, you could read the more productive, self-helpy kind of book, like reading even like a millionaire's autobiography or something, right? You read a book like that at the beginning of the day, and then later, whenever you've dedicated to like an entertainment section of your day, where you might be watching a show or TikTok, instead of watching that, you dedicate some of that time to reading the fictional book. Because remember, fictional books, even though it does help you with some stuff, like you might get more abstract ideas or something, at the end of the day, it's very much, you read it because you enjoy reading it, right? It's entertainment, which isn't a bad thing. So if you want to read non-fiction books, acknowledge that it's entertainment and treat it as such. So when you're dedicating your time to reading, I'm talking about y'all who are trying to be like, improve your productivity, be ambitious and all that, dedicate some time, your reading time, when we're talking about learning reading, to reading a non-fiction book. And then if you want to read a fiction book, acknowledge that it is entertainment and put it in those sections, because undeniably, if we're talking about quality of entertainment, reading is probably a higher quality entertainment than like watching a show in general, right? Like, for the normal person probably, because if you were someone like a videographer, you were interested in becoming a videographer, maybe even a director, even a writer, if you're interested in being in that field, even an actor, right? An actor, maybe not a cosplayer, but like, cosplay, making costumes and stuff for films, maybe even trying to be a makeup artist. If you're interested in all of that stuff, then I would say, watching the show would be more worthwhile to you than reading the book, right? Because you're interested, you'd be watching and you'd be looking at the elements that are in the show, right? Like me, when I'm watching animations, at some point in my life, I wanted to be an animator, right? I changed now. I don't really want to be I saw all the work for the pay turn off, and I'm like, damn, this is really like a passion over money thing. One of those, you gotta pick your passion over money, which and I was like, I don't want to have to do that. I would rather just be, if I'm gonna be arting, I'd rather just be straight arting. And then, because in my mind I was like, okay, maybe not a studio if I'm not the head, but maybe like make a YouTube channel, do that. And at some point I kind of fell off doing animation. I think it just became time consuming, and with school and stuff it became a bit more difficult, and me being more lazy and shit at the time, right? But for me, even now, because it is a bit of animation was an interest at some point, and it's still a lingering interest, but not like heavy in that I'm like trying to animate and shit. Like I guarantee you, if I tried animating now, me in like 7th, 8th grade, me in 9th grade is way better, miles ahead than me now, just because he was actually practicing and shit. I lost all of them now. I can't even show you, because like I was using an app, and I don't know, the app like updated and they added in profiles and shit, and in that update they deleted all my shit. I was so angry. I was so sad, bro. Actually, not even angry, just sad. I lost a ton of shit. Some of it was good shit. But anyway, um, but when I'm watching shows, I'm actually paying attention to the animation. Like I can, I can see some of the stuff. I'm like, ooh, that's a cool thing that they did. That's a cool ass smear frame. And you might watch and be thinking about that as like someone who's into it and wants to be a part of that kind of world, right? So if that's your goal, then in that case, I would say, nah, watch the show. Watching the show would be better for you than reading the book, just because, I mean, obviously I'd recommend both, because then you can not only see how the studio interpreted it, but you can see how the artist originally intended it to be and how accurately the studio interpreted it, and then you can maybe rationalize for yourself why they changed some things, right? Like maybe the writer had a certain idea of the lighting, right? They're like, oh, it's dark and this, and then in the show, there's like some red light that they put there, and you're thinking, oh, maybe even though it wasn't mentioned, the director's like, yeah, it's an aggressive scene, and having this light, this fire that's like a more red fire compared to just pure darkness or something, really adds to the aggression of the scene. Like, as someone who'd understand that would be more beneficial to you than just reading the book, right? But as a normal person, I recommend reading the book. But yeah, 10th video, very cool. I think this is like my 17th video on the channel. In terms of, let me just quickly pause that thought. But yeah, back day, good back day. Got everything done. A bit disjointed in terms of the morning, but it was a good day. It's been a good day so far. Back to the thought. In terms of the channel, I'm kind of closing it off. In terms of the channel, my goal right now is, it's funny, whenever I think about my goals, I always think that it's very different to other YouTubers, because other YouTubers, the goal's always like a subscriber based, viewer based shit like that, right? I honestly don't know how they'd be like. I don't know whether they look at like the graphs and shit and they're like, okay, if I upload like this, maybe, I don't know, I'm not there yet, right now my goal is just output based. I'm just trying to put out as much as I can, be consistent with it, stick to it, stuff like that. So my goal right now for the channel is I want to get to 50 videos, right? I'll probably pick up a few viewers along the way and shit, or I won't, who knows. But my goal right now for the channel is 50 videos. I won't say when. Obviously I'll be uploading a Project HANMA basically every day of the week. It would be like 6 days a week, because that's when I work out. So it'd be 6 guaranteed videos a week, and then like disjointedly a random life advice video that I'd been thinking up and stuff. So yeah, 50 videos, getting the channel overall to 50 videos, that's my goal. Good workout. Thanks for watching. This has been Kumbi. Well, Kumbi. Kumbi. If you're interested in, I don't know, check out my art, I guess. I've been talking about it a lot. If you're interested in my art, I have a Instagram. Which one should I put out? Yeah, let me put out the menu. I have an Instagram, that guy Kumbi. Yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you want. I don't really, I've already gone over why I don't care and why I don't think you should care in terms of reading comments yourself. But I do appreciate the, not feedback, but yeah, any feedback, I guess. Right now this is just kind of a chill thing. I'm just trying to put out the numbers, how am I put in the reps, as us gym people would say. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comments, all that good stuff. See you tomorrow. Peace.